Okay. Go ahead.
All right, my name is Jeff Elbert. I am a Lawton born and bred native. I had to leave to realize what I left. Came back home. I love my hometown, man. Shout out to the great 580. We are no longer shady, man. Hashtag speak life. Just to kind of share, Tony and Travell came, and we're in my classroom right now. Shout out to the 135. That's my class, my family. I'm gonna try to do this without crying, man. That's just how it is. I'm really passionate. I love what I do. I love my city, love my family, love my people, man. It's just really what it's all about. After living a life filled with hate, a life filled with sin, God really changed me. So to cry is really just an expression of my passion for God, for Jesus, and for the ability to not be dead or locked up and to be able to be here. So I'm really thankful that Tony and Travell reached out to me, and we're just hanging out, man. So, man, hashtag inspire Lawton, man. You know what it is, man. Hashtag Lawton proud. Hashtag I love Lawton. Hashtag the great 5A. Listen, I'm not in competition with nobody, man. We all got the same, we on the same wavelength, bro. Like, we ain't competing to see who does the best for Lawton. The only good thing to compete for, to see who does the best is like, we all trying to do good, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's not about like competing, man. Like, we need to be joining forces together and not try to be that organization that kills it, but to show love to everybody, man, and while we kill it, you know. To provide some context of who I am, a lot of people already know. Some people don't, and that's cool. I'm a walking testimony, and I'm an open book. I'm highly vulnerable and transparent. When you talk to me, what you see is what you get, man. And it doesn't always rub people the right way, but it's all good. We're gonna try our best to love them anyway. So
tell us about some of your struggles. I saw recently that you have 7 years.
Yeah, man, I'm 7 years sober last week. You know what I'm saying? I'm 9 days in. Yeah. I'm 9 days into my 8th year of sobriety, man. That's a blessing, man. So to give you some context, grew up in Lawton, an Eisenhower grad, from the west side, it's tatted on me, but I teach on the north side now, so now it's Hanta Yo, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I ended up joining the gang when I was about 15 years old or so, and started doing different things. Long story short, I got into some trouble with some my own homies, got in trouble with some rivals, got in trouble with the law. My mom was sick, at 18 years old, the world was crashing down around me due to decisions that I made, and I was like, man, I ain't got no money, I ain't got no friends, I'm scared for my life. So I ended up joining the Army, you know what I mean, to kind of try and start over. And what happened was I ended up kind of taking it, even though I had a second chance, I kind of took that mentality with me, continued to gang bang, continued to rep, and those are my homies even to this day. I'm not even gonna sit here in front like those aren't still my brothers, you know what I mean? Been through a lot with them, and it's not a diss towards them, but in order to try and keep it real to what was going on in law, keep it real, I still had a loyalty to my set, and it got me in a lot of trouble. I did almost 8 years in active duty Army, in 3 different duty stations, and in those almost 8 years, I got 5 Article 15s, man. I got 3 field grade Article 15s, 2 company grade, been on extra duty, lost my rank, got my rank back, lost my rank again, got my rank back. That happened 3 times. Well, it happened twice. On the 3rd time that happened, came home from Afghanistan on R&R leave, came back to Lawton, this was my home, and got pulled over with some illegal substances and a pistol that wasn't, I wasn't supposed to have. And, some stuff that I had done 10 years prior kind of caught up with me. And then I'm a known gang affiliate in the city just due to different crimes and stuff. And I caught a gun charge and a possession case and some different things. Well, that ultimately led to me getting kicked out of the Army. At that point, I moved up to OKC with my mom, was sleeping on her couch at 26. Obviously, this is the longer story shorter, and then, even I'm out on bond, I get arrested again for a DUI, man. And it was New Year's Eve 2012. That's why I say I'm 9 days into 8 years, man. So 7 years ago, 7 years ago plus 9 days, I got pulled over, got a DUI, was high and drunk, and just really bad. And it was then when I got in the back of the highway patrol car, man, just a light came on. Like, you know, who I know now to be God trying to get my attention, man, was like, hey, Jeff, stop playing with me, you know? I thought it was the cop, you know, in the front seat. Like, I'm like, what'd you say, sir? And he's like, I didn't say nothing, you know, sit back and be quiet, you know? And I'm like,
It spoke to you that
that's
clearly, though?
crazy, bro. Like, it was vivid, man. And I grew up in church. I know stories of Jesus. I know story of God. You know, I grew up with that. But, you know, because of situations around me, I wasn't feeling church, you know? And it just wasn't my cup of tea. And you know, being taken to church all the time, it's like, man, when can I go home? You know, that's just kind of my mentality as a kid. And so I had knowledge of who I thought God was, you know. I thought he was just this ruler in the sky that will smite thee, you know what I mean? But it was clear, man. Like, you can argue with me all day about politics. You can argue with me all day about the Bible if you want to try or whatever, man. You can't argue with me about what happened that night in the back of that cop car, man. It was a spiritual experience like no other, and it was clear as day. Like, at first, I didn't know who it was, you know? And then it happened again. It's like, Jeff, like, by name, like, stop playing with me, you know? And it was clear. I was like, bro, what if God is real? You know, what if it's not just church mumbo jumbo? What if there's really like a divine creator who loved me, you know? And I just remember on the way to jail thinking, man, this is my third arrest in about a year, man. I got all these AR-15s, I ain't got nothing going for me. It all boils down to substance use and guns. Man, maybe I just need to stop, you know? And I remember praying all the way to county jail, like, God, if you're real, man, show me, you know? I got to jail. It's New Year's Eve, so the judge ain't coming to work the next day, you know what I'm saying? And some of us know that. And I knew that too. It wasn't my first rodeo being locked up in the holidays. I knew what was going to happen. So I asked the CO for a book. CO hands me a book. I take the book, put it under my arm. I'm in my orange jumpers, you know, get to my cell. Now I get in my cell. Now I don't know if you've ever been to jail New Year's Eve, you know what it is. There's a bunch of drunk folks in there, you know. And in this particular holding cell was 2 bunk beds. So 4 mattresses, right? Or if you want to call them mattresses. 6 other people, so I'm the 7th person coming in the cell, but an open bunk. Now, if you've ever been to jail, you know the bunks just ain't open. Like, why are you sleeping on the floor? And there's people sleeping on the floor. You know what I'm saying? 3 people sleeping on the floor in an open bed. And I remember thinking, well, that's weird, you know. On the bunk is a Bible, bro. Crazy. So now I got this book and this Bible. I sit down. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I done prayed and cried in the back of this cop car like a little punk, right? All the way to jail, asking God to show up. And little things just start happening. I'm like, man, could he be trying to already talk to me? So I look at the Bible and I'm like, man, I'm not even going to read that. This is too weird. And then I opened the book, and the book was called Purpose Driven Life by Pastor Rick Warren, right? Right inside the first cover, it says, it's not an accident you holding this book. That's what the first words in the book is. It's not an accident you holding this book. God planned this moment in your life. Now, you got to understand, man, like we all done hit rock bottom. I was there, you know what I'm saying? And at that moment, I reached to God like a lot of people do, and I said, hey, if you're real, show up. And if you show up, I'll serve you. Do whatever you want. I'll get sober. I'll go to church. I'll do it all. And really, it was a cry of desperation. And it wasn't the first time I prayed that prayer, but it was the first time I meant it, though. Like, I was tired, you know? And to have the Bible, to have that situation with the bunk, to have that book specifically. So I'm reading it. I'm trying not to cry. You can't cry at jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying this out. I'm praying the whole time. I was in there a few days, got out. Different things happened. Ended up, you know, giving my life to Christ, man, and giving my life to ministry and answering a call. And I remember the first time I spoke publicly was at an anti-gang rally, a Stop the Violence rally here in Lawton at McMahon Auditorium in like January or February of 2013. And I remember in that moment just feeling like, man, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to talk to people. I'm supposed to talk to kids, blah, 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 blah. So one thing led to another. I ended up getting licensed in ministry, got ordained as a pastor, became youth pastor at Mind of Christ Church. Shout out Pastor Rick. you know, and just started ministering to people, man. And then a loophole opened up in my GI Bill. Even though I had been booted, I had access to 80% of it because I had an honorable discharge before I re-enlisted. So that loophole helped me get some of my benefits back. You see what I mean? And I was able to go to school. I thought I was going to go to school for criminal justice. I started off as a criminal justice major. And my idea was I'm going to get in the juvenile system so I can talk to, you know, young gang kids and try to steer them. And that way, when they get out, they can do the right thing and all that. And I was thinking, man, this is what I'm going to do. I was passionate. And it was not even like 2 or 3 weeks into school, I was having trouble with math. And math was like my favorite subject. And I'm like, man, why having so much trouble? But it had been a 10-year gap between 04 and 2014 when I had done math, you know what I mean? And nobody doing algebra in the Army, you know, unless you're going to school, and I wasn't. And so I found out they had a tutor lab downstairs in the Cameron Math building at Birch Hall. And in there, I met some cool people that was like showing me what was going on. And in there, I realized I had my passion for math still. I just needed to get it redone, like practice more and stuff. And it was in there that I started realizing, okay, I'm cool, I just got to keep doing it. And so I would start bringing my classmates with me, you know what I mean, to the math lab. And they started telling me, man, you should teach math, you good. And the light came on, I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna teach, you know.
Yeah.
And changed my major and, you know, one of the most rewarding things I ever did. I graduated, you know, last year we won Rookie of the Year, you know what I'm saying? And, man, that's just it's dope, man. You know, to have these kids, to have them call you, you know, their teacher and their mentor and their coach, to be blessed, to be able to be in their lives and hopefully impact them in a way that I just didn't get, you know. It's just dope, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm really, really glad to just be where I'm at, you know. So,
I feel you.
already.
I feel you.
I appreciate it, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we can pause. We're leaving that.
Okay. Look, man, I'm passionate, man. You know, I ain't afraid to cry no more, man.
There you go. It's okay.
You know, all that pain is stored up, man. So you gotta let that stuff go, man. And you gotta express it, or it's gonna eat you up, man. You gotta learn how to get it out, you know. And man, these are tears of joy, bro. Like it really is, man. But man, look, man. Man, look at this real quick, man. I just want to boast on how good my God is, man. Like, top 10 in the university when I graduated, you know what I'm saying? Top 10. And that's a gang member from Lawton, you feel me? A drug addict, a homeless person. Top 10 in the university, you know what I'm saying? Lawton Public Schools, Rookie of the Year, recognizing the district's outstanding first-year teacher, man. That's got my name on it. We did that, man. Lawton, we did that.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's just, and the reason I display that, the reason I show that to the kids is to show them, man, you can be from Lawton, man. You can be from that life. You could have been homeless, you could have been an addict, you could have been an alcoholic, you could have been addicted to whatever, you could have had all these struggles, you could have been a failure, you could have I got kicked out of the Army, bro. And it's because of God that we still here, man. We still victorious, we still shining. So every moment that I have a little glimmer, man, I'm gonna try and just share it, bro. So I hope people understand that me showing that off is an attempt to inspire people to know that, man, whatever your story is can be utilized, man. It ain't over yet. You know what I'm saying? If you still here breathing, you can get off dope. You know, you can lose that weight or you can gain that weight, whatever side of that thing you on. You know, you can get back mentally in shape. You know what I'm saying? You can be sober and still live. You can have fun and be a Christian. You can impact the community by just being real. Like that's where I pride myself in, man. So over the last few years, man, I'm now the recovery pastor at Cameron Baptist Church. I lead a group called Celebrate Recovery. Loving that. I'm in my second year teaching at Lawton High. Loving that. Been married almost 6 years. Loving that. I have a daughter 3 years old. Loving that. I mean, man, life, man. Like it's totally opposite, bro. Like it don't make no sense. And so, man, God, I gotta be real, bro. You gotta be real because there's no reason for this to happen, bro. Like there's no reason why I should be sitting here with you. You know what I'm saying? And so to have listen, I'm from the Shady 580. You feel what I'm saying? I'm from that, and I understand the attachment to that, and I understand when people get mad and they say, "Man, why you trying to change Shady 580? That's where I'm from." Listen, I'm not trying to change how you feel about how passionate you are about where you come from. I'm not trying to change that. I'm trying to show you proof that you can go from shady to great, bro.
There you go.
But the bottom line is God, family, community, man. That's where we at, man. I look, I'm an emotional wreck, and I don't even care because I love my family. I love God first and foremost. I'm thankful for the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. And I love my city, man. That's what it is, man, with me.
And you bring up the Great 580. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, what you want to know? I mean, there's a lot I can say.
What's your mission statement?
Yeah. Then what?
Man, the best thing for me to do is just read it. I don't even know where my phone is. Basically, our mission is to cultivate greatness, man. We want to cultivate, our informal mission statement, if you will. Our mission statement is on our Great 580 Facebook page. It's on our website, great580.com, thegreat580.com. But in layman's terms, basically, we want to cultivate young people, whether that be youth or young adults. That's our target mission, is to inspire them to know, hey, man, no matter what it is, you can be a contribution to this society. You can mean something to this community, and it doesn't have to be shadiness. You know what I'm saying? We want to inspire kids to speak life into their situations and into their city. And we want them to be able to, if they are to leave Lawton, they take Lawton with them with a badge of honor, some pride about who Lawton is and how they were made here and be Lawton bred. Or we also want people that come in from the outside to see us as not a meth infested, shady place with, you know what I'm saying, illegitimate sons. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not who we are, man. Though we have those things, it's just not who I am anymore, bro. So we want kids to know that they don't have to go through 25 years of hell to experience something good. They can do it right now. You can make decisions right now. So that's my informal mission statement. It started off as a social media movement, just a hashtag to try and just change the speech. I realized that just putting a hashtag on social media is not enough. So we started selling shirts to try and get it off of the internet and more personal. Then we realized you can't do it on social media and just with shirts. You got to be in the neighborhoods, so it just kind of grew, and then we just going to keep going, man. So now we do a few events a year to kind of just market the brand of no longer shady, but more importantly, to connect with the people of our city so that we can document, literally document the lack of shady that goes on in our city. I feel like you got two Lawtons, man. You got shady and you have great. Which one are you in? You know what I'm saying? Which one do you represent? You don't have to be stuck there. So that's kind of what we want to do, man.
If someone's watching this video, a young man, a woman's watching this video, and they want to reach out, how can they
Yeah.
get a hold of you? Your Facebook page?
You can find
Twitter.
me personally at Jeff Elbert, JEFFELBERT. My phone number is listed. I'm not afraid to answer the phone for you. You can inbox me. You can reach out to us at The Great 580 with no spaces, The Great 580. On Facebook, on Instagram at _great_580. You can email me at pastorjeff@thegreat580.com, and I'm reachable, bro. And if I don't answer you immediately, it's just because I'm busy, but I always hit you back. I mean, it might take a couple days, but I'll do my very best, man, to make sure I get back to you. So.
Well, Jeff, we appreciate your time today. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thanks for coming here and making me cry in front of my students and stuff, man.
Hey, man, that passion's what we're here for.